Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you for being with me again today. Um, if you read history, you are able to find patterns of behavior, and with different actors, different name, obviously, different times, but they follow the same rules. The same rules. So, in the modern era, which we are part of right now, uh, a way to get rid of uncomfortable leaders who are not following the script uh, follows the same path, the same pattern. The thing is, they, the ones who are in charge of um, accomplishing these changes with the same pattern, they think that, and for good reason, that we humans are not having a good memory and we forget and are not well read, because things like this don't happen every day. So in order to see a pattern, you have to have this exemplified a few times in your lifetime just to see it and be smart enough to say, hey, that's a pattern right there, to recognize a pattern. But if you read it, you read history, you're going to find this pattern over and over and over and over and over again. And you're going to be exposed to the same kind of situations, different names, different actors, different times, but the same tactic. So in this case, we have a ex-former prime minister, and his name is Imran Khan. He was the former prime minister of Pakistan, a nuclear-armed country, an Islamic country. I mentioned that just to mention it, okay? It's not important to the conversation, but I had to. So, nevertheless, this Mr. Imran Khan, prime minister, he was after Russian invasion of Ukraine, let's call it this way, he was not sympathetic. He didn't follow the script of the big club, which means he was supposed to immediately condemn Putin, Russia, Russians, Russian culture, Russian history, Russian everything, Russian food, Russian sex, whatever, everything. So he did not do that. On the contrary, he tried to be independent, and he continued to do business with Russia. And I think he also communicated with, kept communication contact with Putin. I think he also visited or something. I'm not sure about that. I don't want to give false information, but I think he visited Putin as well. But nevertheless, so that did not sit well with some club members and the chief. And then they all of a sudden, Khan was faced with a vote of no confidence from his um, legislative body. Let's put this nicely. And he, at that time, Prime Minister Khan said that, oh, I have documents that this is orchestrated by United States. He said a foreign country, and then came light that he claimed it was United States. He said that he's got a document. He didn't provide any documents. Now, in Pakistan, as far as I know, if you have the army on your side, you kind of win stuff. That's all I can tell you. I don't know more details because I really not familiar with Pakistan as much, so I can go in details and see something that's not there. So, nevertheless, the army was not against him, was not pro him. So they said, okay, let's see where the chips are gonna fall, how the chips what's gonna be. And then there were some hanky pankies, and Imran Khan was removed from office via a vote of no confidence. Some say that it was kind of like fraudulent. It's like it was unfair, illegal. These people did not vote. These people, I do not know. The fact is, Imran Khan is out, and another guy by the name of Sharif is the prime minister of, last name Sharif, is the prime minister of, new prime minister of Pakistan. Now, Mr. Sharif, I think his father was Sharif, and I think he was indicted with some hanky-panky financial corruption stuff, and then he moved to, guess what? London. That's where they all go. Coincidence, I don't know why. So he moved to London and so on. So it's from a family with a little bit of weird, sketchy, shady, whatever. I don't know. This is what the mass media said. And they must be true, right? They must be telling the truth because of a pattern. So, all right, so now we find out, we came to this article from Associated Press from May 22nd, 2022, and this is the title. Pakistan's defiant ex-premier calls for march on Islamabad. So he's not giving up. So Pakistan's defiant former Prime Minister Imran Khan called on Sunday for his supporters to march peacefully on Islamabad on May 25th to press for fresh elections. So he wants elections, yeah, democratic, right? Not hanky-panky in the legislative body, right? Khan, who served as Prime Minister for over 3.5 years, was ousted in a now confidence vote in Parliament by an alliance of all major political parties. Since his ouster, he's addressed rallies in several cities as he's mobilized for a grand show of strength in the capital on Wednesday. Khan's call came after a marathon session of leaders from his Tahrik-e-Insaf party in the northwestern city of Peshawar. He describes the march as a move to protect the country's sovereignty, as he alleges that the vote that removed him was a US organized plot. In his speech, Khan urged authorities not to oppose his march, which will gain strength outside of Islamabad before heading to the city center. There, he says, his supporters will remain until the parliament is dissolved and new elections are called. Thousands have come to his rallies in the past. Interior Minister Rana Sanaullah warned Khan's supporters not to cause trouble during the march and accused Khan of misleading the youth, a front of his popularity for political gain. Khan claims America wanted him gone because of his foreign policy choices in favor of Russia and China, and a visit he made on February 24th to Moscow, where he held talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin as Russia tanks rolled into Ukraine. All right. He has also said that U.S. dislikes his stringent criticism of Washington's war on terror. The U.S. State Department has denied any involvement in Pakistan's internal politics. So there you have it. On the 25th, on Wednesday, we might have a little scuffle near Islamabad, or maybe inside if they are allowed to get in there. So we'll see what happens. I'm not denying that probably, or I'm not discarding the possibility, because everything is based on possibilities and probabilities. Possibilities and probabilities. You don't say, oh, he's not going to do that. That's always probabilities and possibilities. Okay? It's probable, possible. All right? Probable he might. Possible, that's a chance. But there you have it. And everything. You know, when you assess something, it's not black and white. It's based on probability, on percentages. I would go tomorrow to work, let's say 10%, and 90 I would not go. So tomorrow I will, I don't know, drink a glass of wine. I would like to right now, which is going to be, I don't know, at 95%, but by tomorrow probably it's going to be at 10%. But it's always a probability, a possibility. So the thing is that it's a probability and probably a possibility that Mr. Imran Khan is backed by outside forces himself as well. So that's actually not Khan versus Sharif. It's also it's a club A versus club B, if you know what I mean. So we'll see what's happening. I like Khan just as a, I know, from what he said, how he spoke. I think he's a straight guy, you know, but I don't know, he's hanky-pankies. And if he has the documents, he has the proof, he should show it, unless he doesn't get a scope somewhere, and then we're not going to hear about him ever again. All right, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and I'm going to keep you updated on Mr. Khan on Wednesday, 25th. Mark it in your calendar.